Welcome. Today, I have a lot of books that I hope to read in November. It's probably a bit delusional, but when am I not? I mean, this is way too much. But I like to just pull a lot of books that are hopefuls for a month, and I'm not expecting to read all of them. I'm a bit of a mood reader, so I can't really tell you exactly what I will read, but these are the ones that are speaking to me at the moment. So let's get into it. Let's start with this deck. You can start with what I'm already reading, because it is in fact November when I'm filming this, and that is The Turn of the Screw by Henry James. I only have 40 pages left of this, and I'm loving it. Spoiler alert, I'm loving this book so much. It's a perfect, I think I picked it up at the perfect time. This has kind of been known for being written in a very convoluted way. Henry James's writing is very, how should I say this politely, complicated. He likes to yap on, even though it's a short book. He likes to experiment with his sentences. It feels like when you open this book, read the first sentence, you kind of are wondering, am I having a stroke? Did I forget how to read? That's what I felt like when I read the first chapter. I was like, did all my English just go out of my head? So it's about this woman who is a governess for these two young kids in this very secluded mansion in the countryside of England. The first chapter, we have a group of people telling ghost stories around this kind of campfire in the winter inside, and this one man is like, I got a perfect story to tell you. And it's the story of the governess and the two children. And this house has got some characteristics. It's haunted, one might say, or is it the children that is haunted? Who knows? Strange things start happening. You kind of don't know if the main character is reliable in what she's saying, and it's just a very, very good time. It's very gothic, creepy horror ghost story, perfect for November or October, just generally the fall time. And the writing is beautiful. The characters are kind of frustrating because they all know that the other person is just holding information back, and like, I know that you know that I know. It's like, what? Just talk to each other, and you never get the full story. You're always kind of looking out from the inside, kind of not getting the whole picture, and they're not telling you everything. And it's just very, very weird. You feel like on your own kind of outskirts, just trying to figure out what's going on, and at least I love it, and I will really recommend this one. The other one, which I have started, is Ease of Eden by John Steinbeck. Yes, I am starting Ease of Eden. My life is about to be changed, apparently. I put up a video on TikTok and asked people to help me choose my next project book for the end of the year, and this is the one that almost everyone said I had to read. So I'm reading it. I have read 11 pages. Wow, I'm so far into it. So far, I mean, I don't have anything to say so far. It's just been a lot of descriptions of the valley. I can only say that I enjoy his writing. It's very beautiful, but at the same time very simplistic and easy to understand, which I appreciate. And yeah, I'll probably update. Maybe I'll make a vlog about this one. Would that be interesting? Please let me know. Well, let's go into some fantasy books. I have A Shadow in Summer by Daniel Abraham. This is the first book in the Long Price Quartet, and these are all quite short fantasy books. They are all around 350 pages long. I have started this one as well. I'm about halfway, and I'm enjoying it. It's a more slow-moving fantasy, very political centered, not so many fantasy elements per se, but it's very slow-moving, political-centered, character-focused, and it has very realistic cause and effects of everything, and the fantasy elements are woven into the story quite well, in my opinion, and I highly recommend it so far. Have you perhaps heard of Virginia Woolf, Mrs. Dalloway? Yes, this will be my first Virginia Woolf novel, and I can't wait. I feel like this is going to be something I eat up and devour. And I can't wait. I also have 2 more Virginia Woolf books on my shelf waiting for me as soon as I finish this one. So excited for that one. And I also had to have a Dostoevsky at this time of year, and I picked out this one. Oh, another short one. If you can tell, I'm picking out quite short books for this month because I have 6 exams that I have to complete before Christmas. So I will be procrastinating by the way of books, but at least I have short books. I don't know anything about it. I know that this is the beginning of a unfinished novel, and the name of the main character is Netochka Nezvanova. I'm probably butchering that name, but it means a nameless nobody. Yeah, it remained incomplete after Dostoevsky was exiled to Siberia. And I mean, it's a Dostoevsky. I have enjoyed everything by him that I read so far. Probably can't go wrong. Pedro Paramo. This is a Mexican kind of modern classics. Yeah, Mexican. And I think it's about this ghost town where you can't really tell difference between reality and hallucinations, fever dreams. Strange things are going on. And this man is in search of his father that apparently lives in this town. Yeah, the back said that he is in search of his father, and he sets out for Komala, a town with whispers and shadows that seems populated only by memory and hallucinations. We got a few more books here. We have some more classics, fantasy, and then a short story collection. I know, I'm trying something new. That is exciting. Let's start with classics. The Woman in Black. I just randomly saw this at the library today and I picked it up. After reading Turn of the Screw, I want another gothic, creepy, haunted house story. And I've seen a movie with Daniel Radcliffe, and I think that this will give me that. And it's also short. I thought that this was a lot longer, but it's only 160 pages long. So I'm going to try it out and see what I think. We also got a Franz Kafka book, The Trial. I haven't read any Franz Kafka yet. I do have the Metamorphoses on my shelf somewhere up here. But this is a full-length novel, and it's all centered around this one trial of this young man who has been imprisoned, and he believes with his whole heart that he did nothing wrong. And I think it's just about the trial and the police system and everything. Everyone loves Franz Kafka, and I want to see what the hype is all about. Should I read his short stories before going into a full-length novel? Maybe, but I'm more of a novel person. I'm not the biggest fan of short stories, but maybe he will convince me. And talking about short stories, I have a short story collection on this list. This is The World and Other Places by Jeanette Winterson. Again, don't know anything about it. I don't like to know much about books before going into them. I have heard a lot about this author. I know that she is quite famous for her book Oranges Are Not the Only Fruit, which is kind of a staple, iconic book in the queer literary landscape. There we go. And I think this is stories, just accumulated stories over the course of her career, and I have read 3 of them already, and so far they're okay. They're very bizarre, and she touches a lot on just being a woman and female homosexuality, just exploring some human concepts through a very bizarre ideas. I got this poetry collection. I don't read poetry, but this is 1,000 Mornings by Mary Oliver. And I was at the library and I just opened the book and read the first poem, and I was like, oh, I actually like this. Let me take this one home. And I'm going to try it out and see if poetry could be for me. maybe this is the one that convinces me. I, as I said, haven't enjoyed a lot of poetry in my day, but maybe this will be the one. And then lastly, I kind of want to have one more fantasy book on this TBR, but I have two here and I'll probably pick up one of them. I don't know which one I'm in the mood for, but we got The Book That Broke the World by Mark Lawrence and then The Bone Ships by R.G. Barker. Which one should I pick? Please let me choose. I read the first one of this one and I absolutely loved it. I gave it 5 stars, and I do love Mark Lawrence's writing. His Book of the Ancestor trilogy is one of my favorite fantasy series ever, so this will be a solid choice, I think. Then we got The Bone Ships, which is a new author to me, but this was pitched to me as fantasy pirates, but their ships are made of the bones of dead fantastical creatures, and something is starting to stir in the depths of the oceans, and they have to figure out what it is. I mean, come on, who doesn't want that? So this one is also a solid pick. And I've had this one for quite a while now, so I think I should pick it up sooner rather than later. Yeah, wow. So that is all of the books. Let me pick them up for you. So that was all of the books that I possibly might pick up in November. I'm very excited for this. As I said, I have 6 exams before Christmas, so I probably should spend my time studying and not reading. But if I know myself, I'll probably read quite a lot, because I do like to read when I have a lot going on. It's kind of my break. But then again, I'll be reading for my exams and then reading in my spare time, so it's going to be a lot of reading. So see how my brain feels at the end of the day. But as always, thank you so much for watching, and please let me know, what are you planning to read in November? Are there any of these books that you think I should prioritize over another? And I'll see you next time for another video. Bye.